Thank you. Treasurer General, Program Directors, thank you for the opportunity. To the Duarte, Dango and Whitley families, the entire leadership of the ANC and the Tripartite Alliance, leaders of our different formations that are present here, members of the diplomatic corps, comrades and friends. We gathered here today to pay our last respect in this memorial service for our fallen cadre of our movement, Comrade DSG Jessie Duarte, whose name and legacy will forever remain synonymous with that of the African National Congress. We're here to pay tribute, honor Comrade Jessie, a revolutionary freedom fighter who dedicated her entire life to the service of the people of South Africa. We agree with the former President Thabo Mbeki, when you say we must walk the talk, we must exemplify Comrade Jessie. On that fateful Sunday morning, on the 17th of July 2022, South Africa and the whole world woke up in a darker space, as informed by the news of the passing away of Comrade Jessie. Her departure from life came as a shock to all of us, even after months of illness that saw her taking a medical leave from her position in the ANC. As the ANC and our friends in the diaspora, we want to join the family, friends, and every other South African in mourning the passing away of Comrade Jessie, as we grapple trying to adapt to a life without her. We are weaker without her. We are weaker without her compassion, her hard work, and effective mobilization skills. She held the second term of her elected position as DSG faithfully and with integrity until the last day. Her passing is therefore a great loss, not only to her family and the African National Congress, but also to the whole country and the continent of Africa that continues to fight underdevelopment. Her sad passing has left a void at Luthuli House, at every level of the African National Congress, and in the lives of countless of South Africans who were looking upon her for guidance, for solutions in these difficult and complex times. She consistently had the appropriate weights and attitudes when addressing issues inside our movement and in society as a whole. As a seasoned cadre who honed her political credentials in the African National Congress, the mass democratic movement, she possessed vast knowledge, abilities, insight into complex issues that are facing our people and the movement. She embodied the soul and the spirit of the African National Congress, a caring and accomplished national liberation movement, and a leader of society. In her, many compatriots, many of our fellow comrades found a sister and a mother. They found a social worker and a political leader for all seasons in one person. One of her distinct traits as a leader was that she loved the people that she was entrusted to lead, especially the poor and those who are vulnerable. She diligently immersed herself in the African National Congress structures, right from national to the branch levels, in order to ensure that the ANC's values, policies and practices and processes are strengthened. Her uncompromising but comradely approach to tackling organizational issues and challenges wherever she's deployed by the ANC in various provinces has earned her much respect from the ANC cadres and society in general. In the process, she ensured that young leaders are guided and mentored on revolutionary discipline that is grounded on the ANC values and ideology, premised on the National Democratic Revolution. Her organizational and administrative skills will be missed in this glorious movement of our people. Comrade Jessie's life embodied the values of the servant leadership, placing at the center our people, pursuing the goals of building a country that is non-racial, non-sexist, prosperous. In her numerous leadership capabilities, within the ANC and government, she functioned with utmost effort and dedication, demonstrating all the time warmth and humanity through an ever-present beaming smile that conveyed brilliance and compassion. Indeed, the country and the ANC have lost a revolutionary. A revolutionary who fought against racism, a revolutionary who fought against injustice and inequalities, a revolutionary who fought tribalism, sexism, patriarchy, both within and outside our movement. A revolutionary who fought for the downtrodden and the marginalized within our society. Revered across the political spectrum, Comrade Jessie was direct and firm, but compassionate, respectful, and humble. She was brave, fierce, and politically astute, but demonstrated at all times a great sense of humanity, maturity towards political adversaries, and those who held different views. She earned the respect of political actors and leaders from diverse political persuasions as a true patriot, a servant of this nation. As a patriot, she could differ in opinion and approach with many of us, but she will always wanted what is best for the country, South Africa, and her people. In commemorating the life and time of Comrade Jessie, as a feminist, an internationalist, we are reminded of the struggles for women's rights throughout Africa and the world. We are inspired to quote Thomas Sankara, a revolutionary son of Africa, who declared, I quote, "The revolution and women's liberation go together. We do not talk of women's emancipation as an act of charity or out of a surge of human compassion. It is a basic necessity for the revolution to triumph. Women hold up the other half of the sky." Close quote. Similarly, Oliver Tambo, our longest-serving president of the ANC, emphasized the importance of gender equality and women's emancipation in the liberation struggle. He said, and I quote, "The mobilization of women is a task not only of women alone or men alone, but for all of us, men and women alike, comrades in the struggle. The mobilization of the people into active resistance and struggle for liberation demands the energies of women no less than of men. Comrade Jessie, a passionate revolutionary, devoted her leadership service to the cause of women's liberation until her death. She remained a very crucial voice in furthering women's leadership within the ANC and in society as a whole. No one could take away Comrade Jessie's desire to recognize and promote the rights of all women. In Comrade Jessie, the illuminating and empowering spirit of our heroines lived and lit the path of our revolutionary struggle to achieve gender equality, human rights, and women's leadership in our society. She gallantly walked the path of great women leaders who inspired the cause of our liberation, struggle, and freedom. She ran her race in the footsteps of great stalwarts such as Charlotte McBurg, Lillian Ngoyi, Albertina Sisulu, Adelaide Tambo, Winnie Madikizela-Mandela, and countless other women leaders in the ANC and the mass democratic movement, whose lives were dedicated to the liberation struggle and service to our people. Without doubt, Comrade Jessie's name will be inducted and immortalized into the illustrious liberation history of women, struggle heroines, with all the outstanding women leaders South Africa has ever produced. To honor her, we must continue the journey she began as a youth activist in the Westbury and Nuclear neighborhoods of Johannesburg, when she forsaken her career as an accountant to enter the world of heroic activism and hard politics. Since then, throughout the rest of her life, Comrade Jessie has been a woman of strength and fortitude. She drew the strength from iconic leaders of our movement, such as Mama Albertina Sisulu. In her memory, we must run with the baton to deepen women's emancipation, women's empowerment, and broaden access to developmental opportunities to all women, to all people with disabilities, and all other marginalized sectors of our society. The ANC will continue to elevate and foreground the critical leadership role of women at all levels. Despite progress made to date in the representation of women in the ANC leadership, legislatures, and government, there is no doubt, no question that more work still needs to be done to advance gender equality. Equally, we must win the war against gender-based violence and femicide, child abuse, and the killings in our communities. Her relentless spirit must propel us to win the war against crime, the war against corruption, and social ills that beset our communities. It is her resilient spirit that must guide us in the fight to defeat poverty and unemployment and build a better future for the youth of our country. As part of the top leadership echelons of the African National Congress, Comrade Jessie was unwavering in pursuit of organizational renewal and unity within the movement to build a strong organization with the necessary requisite skills and capabilities to lead society and improve the lives of our people. With her political acumen and composure, Comrade Jessie guided the movement on a righteous path. She battled for the regeneration of the movement to remain relevant and in touch with the people and society in general. Our task as the ANC volunteers and leadership is to work hard to regain the lost ground in order to restore the waning confidence of our people in the ANC as leader of society, to re-emerge as a strong, transformative, and revolutionary force. We must eliminate destructive internal fractures that undermine organizational renewal and unity. In her memory, we shall never let the ANC crumble because of our selfish behavior. We should never allow disagreements and preferences of leadership to tear the organization apart. We must never relent. Instead, her departure calls upon us to go back to basics, to the core principles of our movement, and lead by examples. As leaders and members of the ANC, we must understand that in all our work that we do, the people are at the center. Our mere existence is defined by our ability to serve the people with commitment and diligence. It is not about our personal interests, leadership positions, and wanton accumulation of resources in the sea of poverty around us. We want to take this opportunity and thank the family, the Duarte family, the Tango family, and all the children for allowing us to share time with Comrade Jessie, for allowing Comrade Jessie time to work for the ANC. She was not always at home. She worked extraordinary hours, at times from 6 to 6 in Shule House, and you understood. Thank you very much for sharing her with the ANC. We want to say the loss in the family is the loss in the ANC. We are poorer without her, and I'm sure all of us in the ANC and within the family will pick up the spear and proceed the struggle. To Comrade Jessie, farewell. Farewell, Comrade Jessie. And if there's time to rest, you must rest, and rest in peace. Thank you very much.